If you would kindly stop. Stop having kids. Like the title says, kids, plural, the S. The strain is on the S for kids. Here's why. Your kids don't want more kids. And it's a huge issue. It's a huge issue. So let me talk about kids, plural, in general for a bit here. Okay, so it's just you, and if you're watching this video, there's no point in not being honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself. So if you have multiple kids, if you already have multiple kids, I just want you to ponder this. If you don't, if you grew up with siblings, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Or if you know people who have siblings, if you have a friend who has siblings, you'll understand what I'm talking about. When we start looking at things objectively and observing them for what they really are. Doing a clear analysis, not a favorite analysis, not routine, not tradition, not what you're used to, okay? So when I ask you to stop having kids, I want you to start thinking about people who have kids in general, multiple kids, or if you have a sibling in your life or multiple siblings and you grew up with them, okay? Now, if you have multiple kids, let me ask you this. Who is your favorite? Now, be honest with yourself. And if you're like, I don't have a favorite, I love them all. I'm not talking about love. I'm saying, who do you like more? Who's your favorite? Or, if you're a sibling, who's the favorite? Now, I'll tell you it goes one or two ways. Either you immediately know who the favorite is if you have a sibling, because it's not you, or you're confused. You're like, favorites? My parents don't have any favorites. Then it's you. Then you are the favorite. Okay? Now, again, it's not to say that someone doesn't love someone more. It's just that the personalities clash. And typically, personalities clash when there's someone who has a strong emotional lean, a parent, a mother, or a father who has a strong emotional lean, and one of the children ends up being like them, taking on those attributes. So then they clash. You clash a lot, okay? Because there's two struggles in the household. And the other child, the passive child, the favorite, which becomes a favorite, has an easier go at things, and the non-favorite is always being compared to the favorite. The non-favorite could become a doctor. The non-favorite could become a lawyer. The non-favorite could have a great life, great house, children, all that good stuff, and still wouldn't compare to the favorite. And the favorite could live at home for the rest of their life. Okay? So let's talk about this. And again, it's a negative. It's a strong negative having multiple kids. Now, if you've ever used the phrase, well, I've always wanted a boy. Well, you're an asshole, okay? It's nice. It's okay to want a boy. It's okay to want a girl. It's okay to want what do you want. That's fine. When you have a child, when you have the privilege of having a child, that is your child right there. To continuously have more children, basically you're indicating that first child, they weren't enough. They're not good enough. And they won't be as soon as you have your favorite, what you're looking for. Okay? I actually have a sibling. My sibling's amazing. He's an awesome person. He's not the favorite, though. And it's rough. It's rough. The good thing is I had a wise father pointed out to me that, hey, I'm the favorite. I need to look out for my brother. And I thank him every day for that. Because I noticed our relatives and everybody around me preferred me. Well, what's fascinating is that my brother would have much greater life had I been born 10 years later than he wouldn't be compared to me. He would have to constantly have this strife in life because of me in the negative. Did we get along? Yeah, we get along. We get along really well. Here are the strong questions you should ask about favorites and not, if you're not still believing that there's such a thing exists, because it totally exists. The only reason you can't see it is if you have multiple kids and you're blinded by what you've already done, or if you were the favorite. Ask yourself this: if you have siblings, or if you have children, multiple children, look at them and ask them, who's your best friend? Best friend. If your answer is not your sibling, then you've made a strong mistake. And I've met great people who have great, well-adjusted children who are close in age, a couple years apart, and they're still favorites. They're still there. And the child who's not the favorite is so unfair to them. It's not about you, it's about them. Well, my kid needs a friend to play with growing up. They should have a friend. Fucking you. It should be you. You should be all about your child. You should be invested with your child. Like I said before, if you have a sibling and you have a friend who's closer to you than your sibling, what that indicates, it should indicate to you and your parents who had multiple kids, is that you have this child, you bring him into the world, and you should be investing in being that child's best friend and investing in them and caring for them and looking at them and playing with them and being engaged with them because you are who your child looks up to. And then all of a sudden, oh, let me go have another parasite. Kidding. Another child. And accept everything I've given you, your attention, the monetary items that I buy for you, the activities we do. Now it's all split in half. It's split in half because now you have to share it with this person who's going to eat up my time, my attention, who's going to stress me out, who's going to take away the thing is most precious to children, which is their parents. Now you're going to take that away from me and split it with someone else who's not as close to me as you pretend I am. Okay? No, they're blood related. Get the fuck over it. Fuck you. Okay? Just get over that. Break that mentality. Again, if you're a sibling, you understand that. Okay? I am not my brother's best friend, and he's not my best friend. We're great friends because, again, my parents cultivated us to be great friends. Not my best friend. And I'm not his, and that's okay. We're great people together. He should never have been needed to be compared to me. I actually do have 2 kids, though. Let me preface that. They're 14 years apart, though. 14 years. Just because I'm saying this stuff doesn't mean that I'm not trying to break it. Stop having kids close together in age. Stop if you're going to do that. Have a child. Invest in that child. My 14-year-old, there is next to nothing I didn't give him. My time, my energy, my effort. Get rid of these old notions that, I'll die for my children. Why don't you live for your children? Singular. Child. Live for your child. Raise one. And 15 years go by. You've done your job. You've done a good job. You raised a good human being, a good adult. Maybe not 15, maybe 13, maybe 12. Whatever you decide. Just more than 10 years. Because you're cutting right into that first child's life. You're cutting everything, their most precious commodity, you, in half. That attention span, everything you'd have given them. So, ponder this. Just ponder. Because if you currently have multiple children, I'd like you to be honest with yourself. Identify who your favorite is. And then look at your other child or children. And overcompensate for that. Know that everything you do for your favorite, do more so for your others. Because they feel the difference. And if you can't be that honest with yourself, ask a loved one. Ask a partner of yours. Ask someone else in your life. And ask them sincerely to know, hey, my kids, do I have a favorite? And you'll know the answer. You'll know the answer. It's okay. It's okay. Together, we can fix this. We can fix this.